The bad times can be good times. I'm certain all of us here are intimately familiar with how powerful thoughts and emotions can be in the arena of marriage. In that same vein, these same forces that make marriage and love so profoundly deep and powerful, at least for those lucky enough to experience the depths and heights that a wonderful marriage can bring to life, can, if not harnessed, run away and cloud your thinking when something challenges the relationship. In an otherwise fairy tale 19-year marriage to the most amazing win the world, blessed with 2 wonderful young children, we've recently been visited by what, for a time, cast a dark shadow, and here I am, the husband, looking into the state of mind that gave rise to a feeling of betrayal and to the words and actions themselves that animate these feelings. We all struggle to some degree, on occasion, to grasp the true meaning of words, and in that way, I still struggle to find the proper meaning for where my W's mind was in what, using the bluntest of instruments, would be, at minimum, in my opinion, a nascent, budding emotional affair. Obviously, I wouldn't be here, reaching out to total strangers for help understanding this if I wasn't grappling with meaning. Having spent a great deal of time here on this forum these past few weeks and having read from as many sources and experiences of members, I've come to understand a great deal and feel so much wiser. Still, I'm searching for more and want to find the best way to navigate these feelings. It's truly a unique, first experience for me where I feel not the master of my thoughts, and that's quite difficult, for me, at least. Plainly spoken, these emotions consume the mind. When you believe you've begun to have them settle into a good place, a place where emotions aren't so dominating, the cycle begins again and the struggle continues. This past night it was a dream, a damned dream that my W hid something from me that destroyed my rest and left me unable to fall asleep again. Lack of sleep is also good fertilizer for negative emotions, I've found. Progress is always made in my mind, even though it may seem the same issues are circulating. Through these movements, we heal the mind and spirit, of this I am certain. That, of course, doesn't leave you much to talk about, right? With that I offer you readers some background, if I may. As I'd mentioned, I have, present tense, past tense and future, a great marriage, one certainly envied by many. My life flows through her and hers through mine. She is my everything, and that's the way it should be. She would never intentionally cause me pain, but that's also what makes this so damn difficult. I am in pain, and she played a part in that, even if at the time, she, herself was unaware of what this would become. I desperately wanted to be able to carry all of this emotional pain and work through it, alone, but I couldn't, and I'm still unsure if it would have been better if I'd been able to. It would come to pass that this has become a pain and struggle that both of us must work through. It became a thing, it became meaning, and I still can't believe it was only my fertile mind and strong immune system overreacting to what only I would perceive as a threat in the marriage space. Obviously, we all have different thresholds for what would constitute some form of betrayal, some incursion by another person, another man or woman into a space that only we may share with our spouses in marriage. There are no universals, but there are common threads, themes, ideas around which we reason. With that I ask, what is the best way to approach this to allow you people to see into our world a bit and offer some wisdom? The basic nuts and bolts of things as they stand are fairly commonplace, it would seem. My W reconnects with a friend from back in high school, from some 30 or so years ago. They were very, very close throughout high school. Not boyfriend, girlfriend in the technical, dirty sense, but, knowing my W, likely a stronger bond than many typical high school romances. Ironically, it was for my birthday, where she wanted me and our kids to see some of the cool tech gear this friend was working on, that we all met at his office. My W and he had only run into each other once in a blue moon at the grocery store or whatever, in the past. While the kids and I played with his toys, they were busy catching up, talking, for the hour or so we were there. As an aside, and to provide some possibly useful information, several months prior to this beginning, my W lost her wonderful father quite suddenly, and she was no doubt still grieving to some degree. They were very close and we miss him very much. Coincidentally, her friend's mother was dying of cancer, no doubt adding to his emotional burden. To make matters worse, 3 months after this initial meetup and a couple of months after their first 3-hour lunch, my W's mother was also diagnosed with terminal cancer. This was just this past spring and she passed away less than 6 weeks from diagnosis, 1 month or so after her friend's mom had died. So, emotional stage setting now done, the fashion of most of these circumstances, even though they've run into each other randomly over the years and we all live in the same town, this meeting was a rekindling of their friendship, a positive thing. At least I would have thought. Text messaging between the two of them, sporadic at first, started immediately, but, in hindsight, immediately had an emotional charge. From conversations between my W and I after that initial group meeting, her friend was at an apparently low point in his life. His marriage failed and ended in a nasty divorce many years back. His mother is dying. He's lonely and his college-age daughter is spending less and less time with him as her life evolves. It was obvious my W felt terribly for him, really, to the point where she wanted to help him, but how? I don't recall if it was after this initial meeting with him and our family, or after their first 3-hour lunch a couple months later, but she actually teared up a bit while talking about how bad she feels for him. She's a very compassionate, empathetic person, which are wonderful qualities. But when in that same conversation she suggested we have him over to watch an episode of Walking Dead, in all honesty, it made me uncomfortable. Should it have? That never came to pass, but it stuck in my mind, a mental note of sorts. Strangely, the time we spent at his office he seemed anything but in a dark place. He was warm, engaging and quite full of positive energy. People, of course, have their private and public persona. I think both men and women have been conditioned to relegate these uncomfortable feelings generated when our spouse shows signs of emotional attachment out of the marriage into the just feeling jealous territory. We are supposed to trust our spouses, explicitly and implicitly. Where is the line crossed where the uncomfortable feelings become legitimate reasons to address the concern openly? Obviously, this would depend on the relationship and the understandings between spouses. Polyamory couples would have an entirely different understanding than a traditional marriage, and a husband or W who rages at the thought of the other even looking at an attractive stranger would be at the other end of the spectrum. I suppose if both couples have that understanding, the relationship works and the feelings are legitimate and consistent with the framework and expectations of their marriage contract. Where does that leave us? Obviously, there's a spectrum of opinions here, but the best I can do is to give you a glimpse through their texts. The 3-hour lunches are a black hole. How did I come to get these texts? Well, about 5 months after their first lunch meeting, they met again for another lunch. Each of these, of course, I was invited to, but declined, not wanting to be getting in the way of them reminiscing about things and catching up. Best, I thought, to also not seem the jealous, untrusting type of husband, so I insisted she go alone. Reading back on one particular text to him after that initial group meetup, she made it clear that the next meeting she wanted to be just the two of them. Yes, could be a relatively insignificant off-the-cuff text, remark, but I believe that it was a window into her emotion, and not an intentional effort to exclude me consciously. Well, as their 3-hour lunch at our favorite restaurant progresses, my efforts to text her updates on what I was doing and planning with the kids went unanswered. Initially I was mildly annoyed, no doubt compounded by that little gut feeling that her having a second, long lunch with another man, an ex-boyfriend of a sort, was somewhat inappropriate. Multiple texts, calls, pings later, still can't get her. I know what some of you are thinking. 0% chance, really, that much I'm certain. You see, my W has this bad habit of politely turning the ringer off on her phone so it doesn't interrupt. In her purse, she can't feel it vibrate and she can't hear it. Still, I can't imagine going 3 hours myself without checking my phone, just to check it. She wouldn't either, unless she was totally engrossed in a conversation, a 3-hour conversation, with someone, a man, who isn't me. 3 hours is fertile time to talk about more than just trivial, social stuff and what happened in math class 3 decades ago. It has to be. So, in the midst of my stewing and texting, my texts are popping up on her iMessage at our computer. I clicked through to view all of her text strings within the app just to see if she had been texting anyhow else, why she would be missing my text. Of course, near the top of the strings is the texting thread with her friend, which I open and read entirely from beginning to end. Needless to say, I was devastated and find many to be inappropriate, both from him and to him. Anyhow, after over 3 hours, I texted and then called the restaurant owner, a good friend of ours, to tell them to please have one of her staff tell my W to turn her ringer on. She did, and my W immediately texted me and apologized for turning her ringer off. Enough said about that and what transpired afterwards. What I'm wondering is how you would react to these texts, within your marriage, from your perspective, given the setting I've described. I've sanitized them for anything that would betray their anonymity, of course, so I'm not overstepping boundaries myself. I really see no other way to shed light into this as I feel I'm no longer making progress. I'm hoping for some perspective, I guess. Well, here goes. Jump in. Thanks in advance for your insights. This after the first group, family meetup in December. Friend is F. 15. F, so good to see you today. Happy birthday to my name. I hope he enjoyed the behind-the-scene tour of my insanity. Your children are beautiful. I look forward to seeing them again soon. Finally, I am so sorry to hear about your father. I know you were close as I was with my dad. The trials of this time of our lives can leave us in an unfamiliar place. In a strange way, it is good to know that, as usual, we all have more in common than we think. I really just wanted to give you another big hug, just didn't seem appropriate with the buzz of the Tesla coil and drone. I can't wait to pick my little one up from school on Wednesday, and I hope you and I can find some more time to speak soon. Have a great evening. Stay warm. 16. W, I completely adore and miss you. And I think every time I've run into you the last several years, I remember why we were such close friends in high school, and I kick myself for not staying in closer touch after college. My name, loved his visit with you. Thank you so much for taking time out of what must be a crazy schedule to make his birthday special. Names of our kids said they definitely love the Tesla coil the best. I totally agree that there is a strange comfort in knowing that others are going through the very same pain and struggle. Sending you huge hugs back, and please tell your mom that I send my warmest regards. Have only the fondest memories of our high school years together and hanging out at each other's houses. and friendlies, while our collective parents looked on with pride. Hope to meet your sweet girl soon, and I'd love to meet up for lunch or whatever, sometime after the holidays, just you and me, to catch up and just talk. Love to you and yours. 16. Yes, I'd love to catch up, and thank you for the kind words and wishes. They mean a lot to me. Know I feel the same way, and look forward to those moments together, warmly catching up. Hopefully sooner rather than later while the weather is still cold. Peace to you and your family. Lots of love, W's initial. 18th. Merry Christmas, W's name. Have a safe and wonderful holiday. 22nd. Thanks, F. Same to you. How's your mom doing? We, with my mom, were originally planning to go to SF on vacation next week but had to cancel because of mom's GI problems have not improved. Honestly, I'm kind of thankful about canceling. I just want to camp at home and try to relax a little. I know the feeling. Hanging out local this year as well. Hope your mom feels better. My mom is status quo, which basically she is comfortable and getting around a bit. She is a worrier, so minutia gets her nervous even though it may not be anything serious. My mom is the opposite, hides things from the rest of us, then says X has been hurting for a week, but I'm not a complainer, so no big deal. 22nd. If I don't notice first, my mom probably wouldn't say anything for a week either. Ugh, she's chosen not to get treatment because she's comfortable, and there's not much she can do that makes dealing with even little things a challenge. Hang in there, my give a holler should you ever want to talk. You are too. January 5th. Happy New Year to you and your family. Running to Chicago on Monday. Back on Wednesday. Still look forward to catching up with you. Happy New Year, M, and happy birthday, tomorrow. Is this 50? Can we do lunch next week? I can do any day except Wednesday. Yes, 50 tomorrow. Ugh, still have the maturity of about 14, so I should ask for your forgiveness ahead of time should I run astray. That said, Friday may be a possibility but I will not know for sure until I return to the office Thursday morning. Young at heart is the best way to be. No prob, I'll pencil it in. Totally fine to cancel up to the last minute. I work from home. 11th. Hi, I'm so sorry, but I can't make lunch today. Have to manage mom this morning, afternoon. Not even sure you made it home in one piece after your order. I can do lunch any day next week except Wednesday. Let me know what your schedule is looking like. 11th. Made it home late. Still catching up. Speak soon. 14th. Catching up this week. Are you around next? Have to drive. C is F's daughter, from a prior marriage. Back to school on Saturday. Back after that. Look forward to seeing you. 14th. Yup, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday all good for lunch next week. By the way, husband is taking the kids to go see the bridge demolition tomorrow morning. I can't go. Have to take mom to the doctor. Sounds fun though. 17th. I watched it on a F's video. Always fun to see something blown up. Definitely more valuable than school. I've been busy with my mom too. Hang in there. I think of you often. 18th. Trying my hardest. It's been a rough week. Know the feeling. Halfway to city. Home late tonight. 19th. The little one is back at school safe and sound. Hope you're staying warm and cozy. See you soon. February 24th. Miss you. All too easy to get lost in the challenges of the everyday. Would love to catch when you have a few minutes. You've been in my thoughts often. I hope your mom is feeling okay. 24th. Miss you too. I know exactly how you feel getting lost in the day. Heading to bed now but we'll check in with you tomorrow to try and get us back on the calendar. Good night. 25th. Free for coffee or lunch this Thursday or Friday. Lunch, Thursday. Yes, you picked the spot. Local would be good. Rather maximize talk time. 25th. How about restaurant? Sure, never been there. Casual, business casual. Probably business casual, but I go in jeans and polo. Good food, quiet. Perfect, 12:30. Perfect, looking forward. Me too. And F have 3-hour lunch together. 28th. So good to catch up with you today. If you ever need an ear to help with your mom's situation, please don't hesitate to reach out. Looking forward to having you over soon, maybe with dinner via Fresh Go. I really enjoyed catching up with you as well. I missed you and felt it strongly this afternoon. I was actually thinking about what to write to you. These are emotional times for both of us, and I often find that such strong feelings can easily be displaced into those around us, especially those whom we trust and respect. With that, I hope you understand that I offer the following with the same respect and pure intentions. You are beautiful and I could have hugged you 100 times today. I hope that makes some sense. Look forward to seeing you again soon. I hope my comments do not make you uncomfortable. If so, I apologize. There is no subtly hidden message. Just that I'm so thankful for reconnecting with you and really appreciate the opportunity to talk. It's an emotional time, and mine tend, all too often, to spill out all over the place, not just where, perhaps, they more functionally belong. Then, after having proper function best into me for so many years, I've learned it's definitely worth setting aside some time for pure form. I'm so happy to have shared the rediscovery of yours after so much time. Hope to talk to you soon. Welcome, of course, the kids and my name. Great to see you. Hang in there. Sweet dreams. W. Oh my God, not uncomfortable at all. In fact, I read your lovely text earlier but didn't have a chance to reply and was worried you'd be worried that I was uncomfortable if I took too long to reply. LOL. The kids just went to bed. They seem to be coming down with something. Ugh. And I literally just sat down to reply to you when your second text came through. I completely understand where your heart is, and I was honestly going to say the same thing you just said. I'm so thankful to have reconnected with you, especially during this sensitive time for both of us. Your friendship always meant a great deal to me and does even more now. I'm sure we'll both continue to get caught up in our busy lives, but I hope we'll both find the time to reconnect as often as possible as we did today. Sending you hundreds of hugs back. March 1st, F. I'm glad. Please call me should you need anything. In the meantime, know you are in my thoughts. 12th, F. Hope you're finding a little peace. Know that you are in my thoughts. Sweet dreams. 13th, W. Crazy early release from school, so no peace today. Things with mom are stable, which is a good thing, but our lifestyles are so different, which makes the day-to-day routine challenging at times. Very trivial stuff, especially compared to what you're going through right now. How's your mom holding up? And you? 13th, F. Slow to no slide. She is comfortable, but getting weaker, slowly. At least I can step away, in person, if not in thought each night. And, even the best kids have their moments. Though I'd trade for them in a heartbeat. Quiet house feels strange. Daughter at Disney World for spring break. Let me know if you ever want to break the routine. A days of routine here as well. Okay, for real this time. Now not day only shall be beloved, but night too shall be beautiful and blessed and all its fear pass away. 14th, W totally understands. It's so hard to work sometimes when the house is noisy, but then I hate it when my family is not around me, making noise. I'm glad to hear your mom is comfortable, at least in the relative sense. Keep me posted on her condition and let me know if I can help with anything. F. Same here. Look forward to seeing you again. 23. F. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Love you. W. Thank you. 29. W. I honestly don't know how to tell you this other than coming out and saying it plainly. I am in complete shock, but my mom was just diagnosed with stage IV pancreatic cancer. This past Sunday she seemed kind of jaundiced, so we took her to the doctor on Monday. After blood work and CT scan, we were told the news on Tuesday. The tumor created a blockage in the bile duct, so we had a stent put in today. I am actually writing you here from the hospital, as we are staying overnight for observation. She is actually in great spirits, viewing the whole thing as a gift since all she's been wishing for these past 6 months has been to be reunited with my father. I was crushed by the news at first, but I'm mostly at peace with it. It's all very surreal, to the point where I'm really wondering if my dad is calling for her. Anyhow, I hope that you're managing okay and that your mom is still comfortable, all things considered. We should be back home tomorrow. We'll try and connect with you again the next few days. F. I almost can't believe what I'm reading. My mother entered the hospital with similar symptoms. Same diagnosis and had a stent put in. The stent made her more comfortable. She was at peace as well, my cousin telling me she missed my dad. My mom took the news, similarly, told me she was not sad. I have no words except that I am here. I don't mind talking if you feel like it. Let me offer hope for peace for you, your mom and your family. Not sure if it helps, and I'm pretty skeptical on the whole afterlife thing, but, for what it's worth, my mom is convinced my father is watching over her and waiting for her. She had talked about it for years. She is not religious at all. Notwithstanding, of this she seems sure. Take care of yourself. I've found that's hard to do during these times. You and your mom are in my thoughts. Reach out anytime. W. Got your message. Thank you. Both brothers in town this weekend with family. We'll be in touch again soon. F. No prob. Take care of yourself. I'm sure it will be good to have everyone together. You know where to find me. April 6th. F. Checking in to see how you are. You and your mom are in my thoughts. 7th. W. So sweet of you to check in. Just taking things one day at a time. She has no pain or discomfort, but she is definitely slower and weaker than before. Now I completely understand your previous description of how you were managing your mom every day. How is she doing? 7th. F. Pretty much the same. A little bit weaker, but not suffering. Let me know if you would like to talk. Remember to take care of yourself. It's hard at times like this. L. M. W. I know it. Doing my best to get as much sleep as possible whenever possible. Feeling physically and emotionally exhausted these days. Hope you are hanging in there too. F. Tired today. Just got home. Sleep tight. You are in my thoughts. 17th. F. Announces the passing of his mother in an announcement written for all friends and family. 17th. W. I just tried calling your cell, but got your VM. I was so sad to get your text. It hit me like a ton of bricks this morning. Obviously, I knew this would come at some point soon, but I guess it's really never really real until you see or hear the actual words. My heart is so with you right now. I will do my best to drop by your home reception tomorrow night to give you a huge hug. Unpredictable, depending on how my mom is doing. but I'll definitely try to get there. Sending you love and hugs and all the strength I can muster. F. I understand. Thank you for all your kind words. I'm here for you as well. Nothing prepares you, but if you want to talk, I will be here. Please wish your mom well. It's different for everyone and your mom may not want to talk about it, but for your peace of mind, my mom did not suffer and seemed at peace to the end. Love you. 18th. W. Thinking of you a lot today. I don't know how you managed this situation by yourself, but know that you are not alone. I am fully there with you in spirit. I am not going to make it to your house this evening, as I am at the hospital with mom, arrived in her last night and staying at least for one more night. She had some cognitive disorientation that was truly scary and rang the alarm bell for husband and I that we have hit the max limit of our ability to care for her by ourselves, especially with our children at home. From here, we will likely head to some kind of hospice facility. No need to respond right now. I know you've got a lot going on today. Just know that I am here, marveling at your strength, sending you non-stop hugs and prayers and love. 20th. W. Hope you're doing okay. Maybe even doing something just for you this weekend. Let me know when you have some time to chat on the phone. We are still camped out at the hospital, probably discharging on Monday. Have to make some decisions on palliative, hospice care, home versus facility. Would love to get your advice. F. Hey, W's name. Thank you for such kind words and know that I remain here for you, for anything, as well. I think one of the few good things to come from situations like these is that they remind us we are not alone. Sure, your family is there, but sometimes it is easy to forget that you can reach outside this inner circle to close friends and loved ones. I don't call on this network often, but am always reassured when I do. Sometimes for just tiny things and sometimes for more. Sometimes very openly and sometimes privately. I will be happy to talk to you about your mom and some of the decisions she will have to make. I am driving, daughter, back to city tomorrow. We can speak while I'm driving home or anytime Monday. Let me know what works for you. Best to you and your mom. My thoughts are with both of you. W. It would be great if we could speak tomorrow as we have some decisions to make rather quickly. Please text me when you know what time you're heading home from city and we can connect. 21. F. Hey, W's name. Driving. I'm leaving city now. Have to drive to a large dead spot so I can call you at 7:30. W. Sure, my cell is fine, but easier to talk when you get home. F. Hi, W's name. I got your message. I'll call you when I get home around 9:30. W. Sounds good. F. Just got home. Give me a call when you are free at my home number. 22. F. Ping me anytime should you want to chat. W. Thank you, and thank you very much again for last night. A lot to absorb for sure. Everything that has happened the last several months has certainly prompted a lot of reflection about life and the way things play out that none of us can truly understand or explain. When we were hanging out in high school just doing our thing, who knew that at least with respect to our moms would be such parallel universes? Imagine if my mom ends up going to hospice and getting the same room your mom had. Crazy. I don't know, I think sitting around in a hospital room killing time for days does this to a person. F. Even if your mom decides to remain at home, I will speak with name at hospice house. They are much more knowledgeable regarding the situation. I think she may be able to offer more clarity about what options you and your mom have. W. Okay, got it. 23. W. Just FYI, I met with name yesterday and also name. The setup is phenomenal and they love you and your mom. Hopefully discharging from hospital and heading to facility for short-term rehab for couple days. Talk soon. F. I'm glad. They are good, dedicated people. Ping me anytime you would like to talk or if I can help you in any way. Best to you and your mom. W. Thanks, M. May 8th, 12:13 p.m. F. W's name. How are you doing? Just wanted you to know that I'm thinking of you and your mom. Please let me know if you need anything or just want to talk. W. You have uncanny timing. I just sent to some of my mom's friends, long, beautifully written announcement of her mom's passing. We would love to catch up with you very soon, likely after the service, burial as family are in town right now. Much love to you and a million thanks for all the guidance. F. Oh, I'm sorry, W's name. I felt I needed to write you now. I'm at work and my thoughts of you were suddenly very strong. My mom was very private as well, with similar wishes. Please know that I am here and can help should you need anything. I know the next few days will be difficult both emotionally as well as logistically strange bedfellows. Indeed, the feelings take time to surface and my experience is that they bubble up at unexpected moments. I think this is the way it's supposed to be. You know I am not a religious person, but the nature of our time together is strongly bound to loss. It is part of all of us and something worth acknowledging, no matter how difficult. None of your mom's gifts to you and the people she touched travel with her. They are part of you and will be forever and ever. I am still discovering some of my mom even now. I think you will as well. Make sure when the time is right, you spend some time in peace, no matter how brief. I found that is where many of these lessons reside. My experience is that they do not fade with time and that there is no rush. 12th. F. Happy Mother's Day, W's name. I'm quite sure your mother is very proud of you. I hope you find some peace today. W. Thank you. It's been amazing having you by our side these past several months. I never used to believe in support groups, but it's been comforting knowing that someone, especially a trusted F, who'd just been through the same experience, was there for us. Also received a very sweet text message from another F. Thank you for sharing the news with him. Hope you are holding up today. I'm certain your mom is very proud of you as well. June 21st. FW's name, it's been a while and I'm just checking in to see how you are doing. I hope you're okay and finding your way forward. Let me know if you would like to talk. Thinking about you. 24th. W. Hi, M. We're good. Thanks so much for checking in. It's been a whirlwind of activity the last month, with Mom's arrangements, notifying her friends. She has a lot of them and they all like to talk on the phone, catching up with work and our son's graduation from elementary school. We just finished the last activities and now we're packing for a desperately needed week's vacation. When we return, I'd love to have you over to just hang out and relax. How are you doing? I hope you're taking the time to heal too. Any plans for the summer? 25th. F. Glad you're all right. I'm okay. Good to have daughter home from college, although she has been busy, working my way through probate and busy at work. Otherwise, trying hard to keep life simple for a few months. Have a safe and well-deserved vacation. I'm sure all of you could use it. Look forward to seeing you when you get back. August 8th. W. Hi, M. Are you free at all for lunch next week? 8th. F. Definitely. 23. F. Hey, my F. I hope you are doing okay. I miss you and look forward to getting together. I was going to say the past week was difficult, but then, you know, it's a sliding scale. Let me know when you might have some time to get together. Daughter just went back to college, so you definitely have a busier schedule than I do. W. Your ears must have been buzzing. Was literally thinking about you about 10 minutes ago. Last week got crazy, so I couldn't pull it together for lunch. You free for lunch today? F. Unfortunately, today is the only day I can't do. I have a lunchtime meeting at work. Usually Fridays are good, as are weekends as well. W. Let me check on tomorrow. F. Okay. W. Tomorrow works for me if good for you. Ever been to restaurant near restaurant? F. Nope, but sounds good. I'm free anytime. W. 1 p.m. F. Perfect. Can't wait to see you. W. Awesome. See you then. 3-hour lunch. 24. This written minutes after my W texted that she's on her way home. Likely written from his car. F. Thank you so much for lunch. And thank husband's name for sharing you. That came out wrong. Seriously, though, the time we talk really means a lot to me. Something very treasured these days. W. I know what you meant. I completely agree. Definitely feeling a little lost these days, but just trying to move forward a day at a time. Stay strong, and please don't hesitate to touch base anytime. W and F make plans via group text to meet up at a get-together hosted at a mutual high school F's parents' house. 26. F. You better come, sweetheart. Can carpool if you don't bring the family. F. I hate group texts. Now my phone will beep every time someone texts. Mutual old high school F who is having a party. Is that mental? Don't care. W. Totally know what you mean. I'll definitely go. Still trying to figure out the kid's situation. W. Hi, M. I'm going to be running around a bit before mutual high school F's thing tonight, so I'll probably just meet you there instead of carpooling. Promise I'll be there though. F. No prob. Actually, I'm going to be stuck at the office until last minute. I'll probably run home and shower and head over. W. Perfect. See you there. F. Saturday, 31. Yesterday was fun catching up. I still enjoy our time together the best. My comment, it probably isn't there yet, but you can see where it's headed. It's becoming an emotional affair and they are dating. It will start turning physical eventually. If you confront now, she will probably deny. He's just a close friend. That is the usual excuse. Do not reveal your sources at any time. It will go farther underground. When you confront, have everything written down that you want to say so that emotion does not distract you. Part 2 ending coming in a few hours. Sub and bell and see you in the ending.